You there, you stop scrolling, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten your attention, that's good. The reason I'm jumping straight into the problem like this is I'm just too lazy to do an intro, and of course, I need your attention. Now, I don't think there will be a day that I would say this, but just press the like button. Please, I beg of you. Alright? Even if you're not interested in the video, just do it. It's not gonna take more than a second, okay? Maybe 3 or 4, but you get the point. Alright, so this video is essentially our group project about Myanmar, an ASEAN country. Now, after this video, or this clip of mine at least, there will be 2 more members in my team, and they will tell you about, I don't exactly remember all of them, but I'm quite sure that stuffs like culture, pride, climate, or whatever. But then there comes a good part, which is my part. Of course, I've got to save it for myself, which will be the end of the video. So remember to stick around, or maybe you can skip to this time mark. So enjoy the video, maybe.
Myanmar, also known as Burma, is a Southeast Asian nation with a population of about 25 million people. It is strategically located between major neighbors like India, China, and Thailand, and boasts a long coastline. While the current capital is Naypyidaw, a planned city built in 2005, the Mekki city and bustling business hub remain Yangon, the former capital. Geographically, Myanmar is diverse, featuring snowy mountains in the north, flat farming plains in the middle, and warm beaches in the south. The Irrawaddy River is a key feature, running through the central and essential for both travel and farming. Myanmar generally has a hot and tropical climate. The hot season runs from March to May, followed by the rain season from June to October. The period from November to February is cold and dry season, considered the best time to visit this country.
Diversity in Myanmar is very rich, with 135 ethnic groups officially recognized. The Bama make up the majority, about 68%, while large minority groups include the Shan, Karen, and Rakhine. The Rohingya, a Muslim community living near the border, face severe discrimination and are mostly not recognized as citizens. Most people in Myanmar follow Buddhism, around 88%, so it's common to see thousands of golden pagodas across the country. The cuisine is a blend of Indian, Chinese, and Thai flavors, with famous dishes like mohinga, a fish noodle soup often eaten for breakfast, and tea leaf salad made from fermented tea leaves. Myanmar used the kyat (MMK) as its currency. The country has valuable natural resources such as jade, rubies, oils, and natural gas. And farming is also important, especially rice and beans. However, the economy is currently struggling due to political instability, leading to very high prices and frequent electricity outages.
Okay, I'm back now. So, just a heads up, just as a heads up, I will mess up and there will be cuts and beeps because I'm not perfect. Alright, now let's get back to the video. During this, no, at the end of the second clip, you may hear Gong saying that the no, Alright, I'm back now. So, just as a heads up, there will be cuts and beeps because I'm not perfect and I will mess up, okay? So, now just get back to the video. So, at the end of the second clip, Gong actually said that the cool season is the best one to be there. You might want to reconsider that, and maybe it is the best, but it is far from good. And the reason I will tell you about it later. And also at the end of the third clip, Hafung said that there is some internal conflicts happening inside the country, and I'll also tell you about that. But first, I'm gonna tell you about the contributions that Myanmar made to ASEAN. So the first one is essentially ASEAN is a region surrounded by two massive countries, which are India and China. But the problem is that most of the ASEAN countries do not have a way to actually import their items and goods to those countries. But jammed right in the middle of all three is a country known as, you guessed it, Myanmar. So the entire nation basically acts as a bridge to to help like all three regions to sell goods and trade. So that's their first job. The second one is they are a provider of fuel, stuff like gas, and even something else like gems. But in recent years, or a long time ago, I guess, they have not been that useful. And for the reason that it may or may not have something to do with the internal conflict, which to be more specific is a straight up civil war. So, to give you the context, alright? A long time ago, from 1962 to 2011, I would compare Myanmar, or the time called Burmese, to something which this comparison may not be entirely accurate, but I will definitely compare it to North Korea right now. So I guess you can like get the vision, right? It's not exactly the best place to be. However, after 2011, the country switched back, essentially get better, right? And they slowly switch, like, transition themselves to democracy. Because why not? Okay, future me here. I forgot to include this one part, so I was essentially saying that they were switching to democracy, and I forgot to give you more details. Essentially, the country opened themselves, and other companies are allowed now. The citizens are allowed to use the internet. They have stuff like Coca-Cola and KFC. Essentially, life was looking good. It was essentially like Vietnam during the 80s or whatever. It was looking great, right? And yeah, that's it really. It was also called the Golden Age or whatever. However, there's a little problem. A quarter of the government, about 25% of it, is still made up of the old military. They still have all the weapons and they hold ridiculous both political and gunfire power. So, in February 1st, 2022, or maybe 2021, 2021, they flipped the table, essentially. They took over the country and the people were not happy about it. So, what do citizens of one country do when they're not happy about the government? They protest. Of course they do. But the current government do not like that one bit. Because that's essentially what they are right now. Instead of like changing themselves to, accommodate or whatever, you know what? Forget that. They opened fire and shoot anybody or capture and arrest anybody who disagree with them. That is a start, is a declaration not of peace or independence but of war. The Myanmar Civil War. Even until right now. So from 2021 and right and until recent day, 2025, the war is still going on. The entire country is filled with landmines, gunfires, people are still dying and injured every single day. And that is why it may not be a good reason to go over there. Unless you are like some sort of political power, you have some political resources, and for a reason you want to bring peace to the country or whatever, maybe, but I know damn well that you guys are not. As well as this video is probably not going to reach anybody who can do those things. Let's get to the point. And how's the war, you might ask? Well, of course, it's a war after all, so it's really, really bad. I'm just gonna pull up the numbers. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I messed up. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, because I lost the numbers. My bad. So, essentially, 82,000 people were killed during the war, including mostly civilians, and millions of people were internally displaced. Speaking plainly, they were hurt really badly. And also, the military are. I was about to say asshole, but. Oh god, I did. They were bad. Really, really bad people. They bombed schools and hospitals and it's just people's homes. And because of that, hundreds of thousands of people have to move to different countries, to neighboring countries like India and Thailand. So even until now, the war is probably going to be going on for a really, really long time. So yeah, it was not looking good. And that is it. Goodbye.